Hey everybody, it's me, Caitlin, your favorite mission girl and wannabe Jedi. It's time for another vlog. First off, I would like to say last Sunday when I woke up and heard the news about what happened in Orlando, I was utterly devastated. I don't believe anybody has the right to take someone's life away from them. No, I just don't care. But what devastated me wasn't just the fact that this madman burst into this nightclub and killed so many people, injured so many people, was also the attitude of so many Americans after this shooting happened. I mean, look at what Mr. Trump went on air and said, that saying we had to ban all Muslims, all Middle Easterns, and going on and on. The answer to what happened isn't to spread fear and hate, it's to fight back against the fear and the hate. You can't blame the actions of a few. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Why blame an entire religion, an entire country, an entire group of people for the actions of a few? And I'm sorry, and it's not right. I'm devastated that all these people had to be hurt and killed, and I'm also very upset that a lot of Americans are taking this as an excuse to do what they want and say what they want about Muslims and people from the Middle East. It's not right. That isn't what America stands for. It seems like we've forgotten that part of our nation's whole slogan thing is united we stand, divided we fall. Well, these terrorist attacks are trying to divide us, and when we let these terrorist attacks lead to fear and racism and prejudice, that's just going to divide us more. And no, we can't let that happen. We have to stand up and stand as one to fight back. So I don't know, I guess I'm just so upset that this happened, and it happened again. And what are the results again? People want to loosen gun control laws. They want to go around and blame all these really nice people living in America who are trying to pursue the American dream. And it's horrible. And okay, you can tell me I'm un-American for saying stuff like this, but let's use some common sense and remember that this is a nation with equality for all. And come on. So it was really tragic what happened, and some of the after effects, what people have gone on air saying, is equally as tragic. So let's mourn what we lost, and let's hopefully move on into a better direction where we work together to figure out new and better ways to keep attacks like this from happening again, and finding ways to keep radicalism spreading across the country. I mean, and that doesn't mean banning an entire group of people based on their religion, Mr. Trump. It's wrong, and honestly, I don't even know how you managed to win the Republican nomination. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. So I'm hoping that he doesn't become our next president, because I'd be kind of worried about what state our country's going to be in. So that's about as political as I'm going to get today. If you want to know more, and if you want to hear my rant about America's policies, just leave a message. But unless I'm asked, I'm not going to express my viewpoints, because I know my viewpoint is not popular with the majority of America. So moving on, it is Sunday. It is time for some Star Wars news. Like I said, it's back to Star Wars. But first, before that, last week we had E3, had the press conferences at E3. Now, I'm not a big gamer. I'm not really into video games and stuff. I play The Sims, Delicious. My favorite games, though, are definitely not like the hardcore action games. I love this game that came out a few years ago called Disney's Magical World, which is this really cool game where you create this character and you're sent to this world called Castleton, where all the Disney characters are. There's Mickey, there's Minnie, there's Donald, there's Daisy, there's Goofy, there's Pluto. You're able to go on these quests in the world of Cinderella and Alice in Wonderland and Aladdin and Winnie the Pooh, and if you spend money you can add on the Pirates of the Caribbean world, which is actually a pretty hard, those quests are amazingly hard. You have a cafe cafe, you can make all types of food and clothes and furniture, and you collect cards, and you can even bring in other Disney characters. Like the only worlds you can go to are Cinderella, Alice in Wonderland, Aladdin, Winnie the Pooh, and maybe Pirates. But then you can build furniture for different themes, like Lilo and Stitch, which is Hawaiian. There's Lilo and Stitch, Peter Pan, Beauty and the Beast, Cowboy Mickey, Space Mickey, Classic Mickey, and Aristocrats and stuff. And you can build all these different themes, and then all these different characters will come. So you can get a ton of characters. You can get, like, there's Jack Sparrow you can get in with Pirates, Belle and Beast, Luminaire and Cogsworth, Mrs. Potts and Chip. So you can throw these parties at your cafe and bring in these Disney characters, and they will show up randomly in your town to give you cards and take pictures with you, and it's really exciting. And there's actually a sequel that was released like last year in Japan called Disney's Magical World 2, which is even more involved gameplay, more worlds open up. Like there's Nightmare Before Christmas and Frozen and Little Mermaid and lots of cool stuff. And then they just announced a few months, like 1 or 2 months ago, that they are releasing Disney's Magical World 2 here in the States, and it comes out in October. So yay, I'm excited. I used to be an Animal Crossing person. The problem with Animal Crossing, as I'm sure a lot of you have discovered, is with Animal Crossing you kind of really have to play it every day, or it kind of messes you up. So I couldn't play Animal Crossing and I stopped. But the other games I play shouldn't really be a surprise. I like cute things. So of course my all-time favorite game of all is Pokemon, which I absolutely adore. I loved it. I love it. I didn't really start getting into the games until I was like a teenager, but I love the games. Right now I'm replaying Omega Ruby. I have Omega Ruby and Pokemon X. I got rid of all my pre-3DS games because I don't play them anymore. But I used to have a ton. So I love Pokemon. I was beyond thrilled when I heard for this year. In case you haven't heard, if you haven't heard, what rock have you been living under? Nintendo announced that for the 20th anniversary of Pokemon, they are releasing 2 new games, Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. My head went boom when I found that out, because I was like, oh, yay! And it's not a remake. It is literally a new game in a brand new region called the Aloha region. So it's a tropical paradise based on Hawaii. So it's pretty awesome. The trailer and the gameplay look amazing. The new Pokemon, the few we've seen, awesome. I have to say my favorite of the 3 starters is the little owl. I love owls, so I definitely know which starter I will be getting. The 3 new Pokemon they've introduced, the little hummingbird is cute. I'm not sure what that Donald Trump looking Pokemon is supposed to be, but it's kind of creepy. They've introduced the 2 legendaries. Pokemon Sun, it's going to be like this steel, fire, lion type Pokemon, which my brother saw that. He knew instantly what game he was getting. For those of you who don't know, usually with Pokemon they come out with 2 different versions of the game, and the bad guys and what Pokemon you get changes between the 2 games. Like in one game you'll get this Pokemon, but you won't get it in the other game. So generally what my brother and I have done since I've started playing the games is he will get one version and I will get the other, so that between us we have both versions. But I don't know why, because we don't really trade back and forth with each other. The only time we didn't do that is when Pokemon Black is, I ended up getting Pokemon Black 2 and White 2. For some odd reason, I don't know why I got both of them, but I got Pokemon White 2, but I had Pokemon Black, so I got Black 2. But that was the only time I got both versions of the game myself. Usually my brother really doesn't, I will go through and pick out which version I want ahead of time, but usually my brother, he doesn't really care what version he wants. He'll always say that he'll just get whatever version. He'll say he might get the same one as me, but he always gets a different one. But this time he was pretty clear as soon as he saw the lion, which will be the legendary Pokemon in Pokemon Sun. He has decided he wants Pokemon Sun, whereas I'm just the opposite. The lion looked cool, but I'm drawn to that bat dragon like legendary from Pokemon Moon. I think it looks cool and awesome. They also recently, in a new trailer, introduced a new mythical Pokemon, which got me dancing because my favorite Pokemon type up until Pokemon X was actually fire. It changed because with Pokemon X, they introduced the new Pokemon type, fairy type, and I'm like, pretty, because of course all the fairy type Pokemon tend to be really cute and cool. And the new mythical Pokemon they're introducing for Pokemon Sun and Moon is this fairy and steel type Pokemon, which looks like a clockwork doll. And I saw that and I went, give me. So I love it. It looks really cool. But last week was E3, the press conferences. I watched some of the Xbox stuff. My brother definitely got excited about some of that stuff. Including some gameplay from the new Final Fantasy game. I tried getting into Final Fantasy. Needless to say, it is not, I'm not good at games like that. But I tried. But I watched some of the new some new gameplay for the Final Fantasy. I have to say that the one character I saw looked a lot like Titus from Final Fantasy X, which is very interesting. But really, the only thing I wanted to see was Nintendo Treehouse, because they did a like 30-40 minute live gameplay demo of the new Pokemon game, like the first half hour of the game or something. It looks amazing. The graphics are awesome. It's so cool. It's nice because in Pokemon X and Y, they kind of introduced a little character customization. Like you got to, like there was a boy and the girl, but with the boy and the girl, you had like 3 different choices because you get like a different skin tone or hair color. And when they went to Pokemon Ruby, because Ruby was basically pretty much a remake of the original, they lost that, which kind of bummed me out because I liked being able to take my character and make it look really cool and interesting and different. And it looks like in Pokemon Sun and Moon, we're going to get a little of that back. You can select what your character looks like. I'm not sure if we're going to have that shopping experience we got in Pokemon X. That would be really cool. Pokemon X and Y. That would be really cool if we did, being able to get like new clothes and stuff. But we're going to be able to pick our character. We're not just going to have the stock female or the stock boy. We are going to have choices. So that's really nice. It's something to look forward to. The new Pokemon look awesome. The graphics look out of this world amazing. So yeah, that comes out November 28th. It's gonna be a pretty busy month for me because Disney's Magical World 2 comes out in October, which is the same month that the Ahsoka novel comes out. That's right, we're just a few months away from learning about what Ahsoka did between leaving the Jedi Order during the Clone Wars and showing up as Fulcrum, a leader of the rebellion in Rebels. I'm so excited. I have the StarWars.com app on my Kindle Fire, and somebody actually posted a photo of the advanced reader's copy they got of Ahsoka, and oh my gosh, I am freaking out. I want to read this book. I have to read this book. Ahsoka is like one of my all-time favorite characters. She is like my idol. I love her. She is so brave and daring and awesome, and it's just something that's been bugging me. And I actually, ironically enough, actually said it in a video for Shroud of Darkness, when they go to they'll look back to the Temple of Lothal to try and get in contact with Master Yoda. And at the start of the episode, Ahsoka drops that big bomb that the last time she ever saw Anakin before he went, you know, cuckoo banana bonkers, he was running off to save Chancellor Palpatine, who was the one who made him cuckoo banana bonkers. And that was like, oh my gosh, how could you have seen Anakin before he went rushing off and everything went to like total devastation when you left the Order? And like, so I think this novel, I actually said in my video, please somebody write a book. Tell us what happened. Ahsoka has to have these amazing stories. Tell us what happened to her. What did she do? Was she still in the Army of the Republic? Was she still fighting? What was her experience like? Did she stop trying to be a Jedi for a while like Kanan? Did she want to give up on that part of her? I mean, so I'm just so excited. I cannot wait to read the Ahsoka book. I am so very much excited. I am so happy that they are making this book. I can't tell you. You can probably guess that I am beyond completely excited for the Ahsoka novel. I'm probably going to get it and read it and have it done within a day. I cannot wait. Excuse me, it's hot here. But that's going to be a pretty interesting month, having the Ahsoka book, my new Disney game, and then the Pokemon game comes out the following month, and I get the strategy guide. And my brother teases me about getting the strategy guides for the Pokemon games because he's like, you don't really need them. Like, I do. And this time he's not teasing me because it's going to be so different and involved. It's going to be really different. They introduced a new online battle system called Battle Royale, which is basically basically a free-for-all between 4 players, so it's going to be awesome. But anyway, speaking of it being a busy month, and Rebels Season 2. Season 2 was the season that changed everything. Who here is still trying to understand what all exactly happened in Twilight of the Apprentice? Me. I am, because I have a few of my coworkers at work, they are just as big as Star Wars fans as I am, and most of them believe that Ahsoka is not coming back, that she has bitten the dust. I, however, refuse to believe that Ahsoka Tano is dead. I believe that we will see her again. Dave Filoni said it himself, Ahsoka's story is still not over yet. So I believe Ahsoka will come back and we will get some closure one way or another. But, like I said, that is the season that changed everything in Rebels. And it didn't seem like it at first, but it has. So I have been waiting and waiting and waiting to see when Rebels Season 2 will come out on DVD. Because, like I said, my on-demand is on the fritz, so I can't watch it, and most of the buttons on my remote don't work, so I haven't been able to watch, and Disney doesn't really, usually takes down their, NXT usually is really quick to take down stuff, so, I've actually been postponing my Ultimate Star Wars Marathon, which is me sitting at home for, like, days, watching whenever I can, Phantom Menace, the making of Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Clone Wars, Revenge of the Sith documentaries, A New Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, any documentaries I can find about those. Oh, wait, and then Rebels in between Revenge of the Sith and the last 3 Star Wars movies, and then Force Awakens. So it's going to be like this huge, probably take me a month to complete in between work and errands. But I've been putting it off because I didn't want to start this marathon until I had Rebels Season 2. Ladies and gentlemen, StarWars.com has released the official release date of the Star Wars Rebels Season 2 Blu-ray and DVD collection. That's right, finally, August 30th, we will be able to get our hands on the season that changes everything we knew about the Star Wars Rebels universe. I have here the complete press release from StarWars.com on StarWars.com from Disney and Lucasfilms. And it says this: Star Wars Rebels Complete Season 2 delivers all 22 action-packed episodes of the hit CG animated series second season, plus exclusive, never-before-seen bonus material on DVD and even more exclusive footage on Blu-ray. Take a wild guess which one I'm getting since I got a Blu-ray player. Available August 30th, this thrilling continuation of the Star Wars Rebels saga depicts the continued efforts of the crew of the Starship Ghost to defeat the evil Empire. Amid growing Imperial oppression on Lothal, the Rebels are forced to seek out new allies throughout the galaxy and additional resources to sustain their fight against the Empire. With the help of Ahsoka Tano, yay! The crew of the Ghost bands together with a secret rebel cell and ex-soldiers from the Clone Wars to join a fledgling alliance determined to restore peace and freedom to the galaxy. As Ezra continues his journey to become a Jedi under Kanan's guidance, the threat of the dark side looms large over the fate of the growing rebellion. Darth Vader himself was dispatched new Inquisitors to snuff any spark of resistance, setting the stage for a climactic showdown, in which past lives will be revealed, terrible truths will be discovered, and the lives of our heroes will be changed forever. And the DVD and the features are the DVD features are Connecting the Galaxy, Rebels Season 2, uncover hidden references, Easter eggs, and connections to the Star Wars universe found throughout the season. And Rebels Recon. Blast off with 20 fun, fast-paced episode recons featuring behind-the-scenes footage, interviews with cast and crew, and more. So basically, the Rebels Recons are just what they would post online after the episodes airs, in which I would link to you. But in the DVDs, you're going to get all of them. And the Blu-ray will contain both special features on the DVD, as well as this really cool, interesting documentary that I want to see. It's called From Apprentice to Adversary: Vader vs. Ahsoka. Executive producer Dave Filoni reflects on the climactic ending of the season when Ahsoka Tano finally confronts Darth Vader in a long-awaited, fierce, and epic lightsaber battle. From Apprentice to Adversary will only be on the Blu-ray, which is one of the reasons why I'm getting the Blu-ray. Because Ahsoka Tano is my favorite character. Anakin Skywalker, who I completely separate from Darth Vader, is also one of my favorite characters, and I loved their relationship during Clone Wars. I loved the stories. I'm very disappointed that the sixth season of Clone Wars was never fully finished, because there was one very interesting story arc, which part of it was Anakin dealing with Ahsoka's leaving the Order. So it would have been a really cool episode to see, and they actually took the animated storyboards and have them on StarWars.com that you can go and you can actually kind of watch that episode. So it was when that was in the Vader versus Ahsoka duel, Twilight of the Apprentice. You know, it was like hugely emotional. Go watch my Twilight of the Apprentice recap if you haven't seen it, and brace yourself, because it was so emotional that I did that video the day after the season finale, and I was, I think at like 3 different points, I was breaking down nearly in tears, because it was just, wow. It was incredibly emotional and heart-wrenching, and I still don't know what to think or how I felt watching that. I don't know. I really don't know. It's just that duel. I don't know what to say. It's like, it's a complete opposite. It's almost like the Obi-Wan Anakin duel on Mustafar. When I watch that, it devastates me. It hurts me, it makes me upset, but I kind of can see and understand that duel, the point for it. The Ahsoka, and I'm sad because, again, Obi-Wan is, I have so many favorite characters, and Obi-Wan's one of them, and just seeing Obi-Wan and Anakin, 2 of my favorite characters, duel it out, it was like, oh, it was sad, it was heart-wrenching, but I got through it. But then seeing the Vader and Ahsoka duel, I mean, Ahsoka was really kind of the first Star Wars character I really looked up to as an idol, as an icon, as someone I wanted to be. Because as I said, Ahsoka was the first female Jedi to be a lead in the Star Wars universe, and all of a sudden you went from having your only choice as a girl, the Star Wars characters you could look up to as a girl and want to be like, were Leia, a rebel princess, and Padme, a queen and a senator. And okay, they saw action, but they were cool. And then here comes Ahsoka, and it's like, I want to be like her. So yeah, and it's also really cool now seeing that, going from Leia to Padme to Ahsoka. We're now getting female characters like Captain Phasma and Asajj Ventress, and then we have Rey and Jenna in the upcoming Star Wars Rogue One, a Star Wars story. So it's really interesting to see that them adding a lot more female characters into the Star Wars universe and making them leads, or not just background characters anymore, or in the case of that poor dancer in Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi, they're not just there to show you how deprived the bad guy is. Oh, sorry, I mean depraved, not deprived. So yeah, it's really cool, and it's really exciting. I think part of it is because when George Lucas sold Star Wars to Disney, Kathleen Kennedy was put in charge of Lucasfilm, and so I think we're seeing a lot of her influence in the process. So it's really cool. I can't wait to see that special, so yay. So on to other news. We're going to conclude with Star Wars again, but we're going to move on to one of my other favorite fandoms, Disney! Yay! Disney Disney! And again, another sad thing. The little boy who was drowned by an alligator at Disney World. And again, they have to get serious because so many people are saying it's Disney's fault. They weren't warning people about the alligators. They knew about the alligators. They knew this was a problem. Yes, Disney could have done more to warn people about the gators. But there's also this big but in there. It's not a very good but it's there. But this is Florida. Disney is located in Florida. Florida. Tropical, marshy. What is the biggest national park in Florida? It's this place called the Everglades. Alligators are everywhere because as civilization encroaches onto their territory, people are building more onto land that was once wild where alligators could roam free. They're building canals to give water access. So that means alligators are going to be showing up more and more where people are, and that includes the theme parks. So, yes, Disney could have put up more signs warning about the alligators and stuff, but at the same time, you just can't go to Walt Disney World or really any place in Florida where you're going to be near water that's going to be connected by a canal, by a river, by some way to an open body of water, and not stop and say, oh, there won't be an alligator in the water. You have to use your common sense, people. Disney's gonna start. Disney, you cannot blame Disney for there being wild alligators. I mean, it's not like Disney can automatically go out and kill all these gators. It's tragic what happened. Yes, Disney could have done more, but at the same time, the guest needs to be aware. So it's sad what happened, and it's hard, but it's time to move on. Disney's going to fix his mistakes, and we can learn. Anyway. Again, done with the seriousness. It's time to talk about some of the new stuff going on at Walt Disney World. And again, let me put in the disclaimer, I do not fly down to Disney World at the drop of the hat. 1, I'm scared of flying. 2, I am dirt poor. And 3, that ain't never gonna happen. So, I watch everything from videos and read about it. My go-to is Mouse Steps Weekly. Look them up on YouTube, they're pretty awesome. Anyway, some of the new news is they've officially opened Disney Springs. What the heck is Disney Springs? Disney Springs is the new, revamped, updated version of Downtown Disney, which was the shopping district Disney World added to keep people on park property. And it had like a Virgin Mega store, it had all these really high-end shops. Well, it still has that. It has like Goofy's Candy Company. It also has now a Sprinkles cupcake shop, including a cupcake ATM. I don't get the point of the ATM. But Disney Springs is now officially open. Not all the renovations are done. They still haven't finished work on Planet Hollywood, but it's open. They've also started the new nighttime offerings at Disney's Animal Kingdom, which is to get guests more interested. There really hasn't been any nighttime entertainment at the Animal Kingdom, but they've decided to change that. Kilimanjaro Safaris is now going to be running past sunset, so you're going to see nighttime safaris. We're going to do they built this huge thing called Rivers of Light to do, to the rivers, this big river, outdoor like river stadium, to do this new show called Rivers of Light, which is supposed to be honoring the animal spirits. Unfortunately, that cool show with giant floats that look like lanterns and stuff has been pushed back, and we don't know when it's going to premiere now. It's supposed to premiere on Earth Day. Instead, they've replaced it with a really quick cobbled together show about Jungle Book with live musicians and singers. There's dancing, there's a little pyrotechnic, there's fire wielders, projections on mist screens, and it's all really, and it's Bollywood infused. There's dancing and singing. They sing Trust in Me, Bare Necessities, and of course everybody's favorite song, I Want to Be Like You. I have no clue why that is the go-to song from the Jungle Book, but I would have thought the Bare Necessities, which is the song Baloo sings to Mowgli, is the go-to, and it's not. For some odd reason, when we think of the Jungle Book, we automatically start going, ooh, the song that King Louis sings, I Want to Be Like You. I don't know why. That's like the go-to Jungle Book song, I Want to Be Like You. But it's really cool. It was cool. It was nice. since it's Animal Kingdom, they can't do like big pyrotechnics or fireworks or anything like that. So it was definitely a more quieter, sedate nighttime show. Definitely really interesting. Another new thing is called Tree of Life Awakens, which is a projection show that runs several times a night, and the projections last about 5 to 10 minutes on that magnificent Tree of Life. They're really I actually like them more than that Jungle Book show. The projections were amazingly gorgeous. They do different ones at different times. There's music. It's so cool. I love it. But yeah, definitely go look those up online. They're really awesome. And then we move on to Epcot, which is actually, I think, would probably end up being my favorite park next to the Magic Kingdom, just because I am such a nerd. For those of you who don't know, Frozen is still invading the Disney parks. Frozen fever is still going strong. They actually last year closed a ride called Maelstrom in the Norway Pavilion of Epcot. And Maelstrom was this really cool ride that used the mythology of Norway to help teach you about the history of the country, and at one point your boat nearly goes backwards over a waterfall. So it was a really intense, really cool ride, and they closed it to make way for a new boat ride called Frozen Ever After, taking you on a journey through the Frozen world after Frozen. It's supposed to be this really cool musical type ride. But it's kind of sad that they're replacing this really cool ride, because Epcot is supposed to be about learning about a country. And they do that in the Three Caballeros ride, the Grand Fiesta Tour in Mexico. And they use the Three Caballeros, plus, which is like, I don't even remember, one of them's Donald. They include the Three Caballeros in this ride showing Mexican life. But they're not going to be doing that with Frozen. I guess it could be kind of hard to talk about Norway through Frozen. But, that should be opening soon, because they did just open up the new Elsa and Anna meet and greet called The Summer House. I saw the video walkthrough tour Mouse Stuffs did. It's actually really cool. Everything Disney does is so amazing, because they put so much time and effort into making things look authentic. The Summer House looks like it could have been picked up from Norway and just dropped in the middle of Florida. It's really cool, and they actually pay tribute to Maelstrom, which is actually kind of a really popular ride, I guess, with Norwegian-inspired artwork on the walls of like some of the scenes, like the three-headed troll and the rock monster and Vikings, and so it was really nice to see that tribute to the old ride that's being replaced by Frozen. It's really interesting, the meet and greet area. It's very bright and sunny, but it's their summer house. And then they also opened up a gift shop that you can go into when you leave the meet and greet, or from the outside. It's like Reindeer Haven or something. And what else is it going to be? It's Frozen everywhere. I admit at this point I'm overloaded on Frozen, though I did like seeing all the little Sven. I like animals, so I definitely think I would pick up a stuffed Sven. I love him. So definitely really cool. But that's not the thing I'm most excited about. 1 minute. That thing, it happened. It's time. We're heading over to Disney's Hollywood Studio for the new, the exciting nighttime spectacular that is Star Wars! That's right, the new nighttime projection and fireworks show started this past week at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Okay, it's a little bit of a letdown. The press releases were all hyping up this epic light show with tons of fireworks, lasers representing lightsabers fighting, towering over our heads and clashing against each other in reenactions of battles. It was supposed to be epic. We were supposed to feel like that we were in the middle of the droids fighting, the Gungans fighting off the droids on Naboo, cruising with Luke Skywalker as he blew up the Death Star, and trailing after Poe and his X-Wing squadron as they blew up Starkiller Base. We were supposed to feel like we were there when Obi-Wan and Anakin battled on Mustafar. Not quite. The video I posted, I guess it wasn't, I'm not sure where I was standing. I'm hoping to get a better view. But the projections didn't really live up to expectations. It was cool seeing them on the walls, on the Chinese theater, the projections of stuff from the movie, but I didn't really feel like I was there. I didn't really see anything from the Battle of Naboo, Gungans versus droids. they kind of did like a whole lava scene. I think that was supposed to be Mustafar. They did do like a Death Star blowing up in Starkiller base. But the only time that really it feels like you're part of the movie is they do that opening scene from this one, Star Wars A New Hope, where you see Princess Leia's ship, and then chasing right behind it is the gigantic Star Destroyer, and of course it looks like it's coming right over your head, and it's a really cool projection. At one point they do this really cool mist screen, and they have first Obi-Wan, not young Obi-Wan, but older Obi-Wan, explaining the Force to Luke, and then they do a scene with Yoda, and that was really cool, them doing the mist screens for them. There is lasers, there's a lot of pyrotechnics. Fireworks, not so much. They kind of dialed back on the fireworks. Star Wars Symphony in the Sky fireworks, there was a ton of fireworks. It was awesome. It was amazing. At one point you could barely see the fireworks that were being shut off because of almost the smoke from the other fireworks. This time there's not as many fireworks, and the fireworks are all being shot off to either the right or the left. So you don't really have a great view of the fireworks depending on where you're standing. So I would like to see them add a little more fireworks to the Star show. After all, it is Star Wars. Star Wars deserves a lot of big bang boom fireworks. But it's actually a pretty good show. It's definitely would be one I would definitely put on my list of Star Wars at Disney stuff to do. And it definitely is a lot better than what they premiered in May with the Captain Phasma March and the Star Wars Galaxy Far Far Away stage show, which is cool, they're nice, but they're not on my top of my list. But this one would definitely be would be on my list. So it's definitely nice to see that and see how good it is after those two disappointments, which is really weird because usually the new Disney stores don't really disappoint me, but that one did. There's also a new stage show at Disney's Magic Kingdom called Mickey's Friendship Fair. I haven't watched the video for that yet. I will watch it and I'll get back to you guys with my thoughts about it next week. Because not only am I a wannabe Jedi, I am a Disney geek. So obviously I'm loving Disney. I'm sorry. It's really hot. My Star Wars app has this really cool thing where it takes your location and checks the weather, and it will tell you what planet you're on, what planet it feels like according to the temperature. And usually I get Endor, Alderaan, or Naboo. Sometimes I get Naboo. Usually it's Endor or Alderaan. But today I checked my temperature, and when I checked it, it was 89 degrees, and so it was Geonosis, which was really cool because I've never gotten Geonosis before, so that was actually really interesting to go, oh, okay, where are the giant bugs? So yeah, it's really hot here, so that's it for today. It's another long video. Thanks for staying with me. I'm not sure when I'm going to vlog again. It will be either next Sunday or next Friday because this is my first week where I work I work 26 hours this week and I work 26 hours next week. Not complaining because that just means there's more money for me when I go to Michigan's Adventure and to get my stuff because like I said, it's going to be a busy couple of months. So yay, Rebels is coming up. Yay, Star Wars Celebration in just a few weeks. Yay, new stuff at Disney World. And that's it. So try to stay cool, you guys. And it's summer. Hey, tomorrow's the first day of summer. Yay! Stay cool. Happy Father's Day to my dad and all the dads out there. You guys are cool, and thank you for putting up with your crazy kids. I'm Caitlin, your favorite Michigan girl and wannabe Jedi. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care, and as always, may the Force be with you.